you have many poems in here about covering different times in your life and and also the difficult time of the loss of your wife. But I know there's one particular one that perhaps you can read for
There is
us.
one. Well, here we go. Restoration. Scouting around just the other day, having nothing better to do, went into an antique shop I like, because it started to rain. I was on my bike just to look for a treasure or two. Rummaged around in the back of the store, knew where everything was because I'd been there before. All I could see was tired and wore, like the old man in charge whose back was sore. Then I noticed something new. When I say it's new, you know what I mean. It's new to this store where it's never been. An old 3-drawer dresser that's lost its sheen, one leg broke, propped up like a crutch by a great thick Bible. It's not worth much. As I stood there in thought, saw its finish worn bare, I knew it had lived through a lifetime of wear. Now no one would want it, no one would care. As I allowed my thoughts to wander a while, I imagined a woman's loving smile years ago as she polished to make it look smart and cherished this dresser with all of her heart. Then into the store walked another man, a carpenter by trade. Now this dresser's just what I'm looking for. I can see it's been finely made. Although it's been beaten and broken by man, and this Bible helps it to stand, I'll take it home and give it new life. You'll never know it's been through strife. I'll make it like new, both inside and out, just like its maker planned. So I said goodbye and went on my way with my mind in reverie. Something about that carpenter man made me think of the man from Galilee, who finds us beaten and broken by life and will lovingly restore the joy of the Lord we had in our youth, as he props us up with his Bible truth, like that dresser I saw in the store.
Restoration. That's tremendous, Bob. Now, Bob, you mentioned in the dedication, just the first line of your dedication of your book, it says, after 54 years of marriage to my sweetheart Margaret, her passing in 2008 left a big hole in my life. Then you go on to describe how God filled that hole. There was a time back when you were 50 when he filled the real emptiness that we all have in our life, and Jesus came inside and transformed you. But then you had a very difficult time there in 2008 when your wife passed away. And so what did God do at that time?
Well, Ron, it was a difficult time. And I'm sure there are many people, perhaps watching the program, who are going through the same thing, who've lost their husband or their wife. And you know, after 50 years, more or less, you've so become one that it's a real tearing, destructive loss, leaves a big hole, because suddenly you can't relate to anybody. I got that little condo in White Rock where I live. We had where I live, and you know, you're walking around from room to room, and there's nobody around, and maybe that's why the poetry started coming. But the Lord had mercy on me and gave me something to fill my time. But it's not. That's fine, and it's wonderful. It's not like arms of flesh around your neck, you know. But in any event, I attend a wonderful church in Delta in BC, near Vancouver, and Sunshine Hills Foursquare Church. And we have a midweek service we call mini church, and several. And the one for the old folks I attend, they wouldn't let me in the younger ones. And I attended there every Wednesday, and then another lady, her family had moved in the area, and in fact her son-in-law became assistant pastor at the church. And she started to attend our mini church, as we call it, and this nice, stately, gray-haired English lady came into our midst, and I thought, hey, yeah, you know, I mean, I was dead emotionally for a couple of years, you know, and started to come alive. Hey, she's beautiful. So accidentally I got to know her. But what happened was, at church one Sunday, I threw my coat in the trunk and locked the trunk, and I had my car keys in the pocket. So now I'm locked out of my car. And as it turned out, I asked several, nobody could help me. and I spotted Agnes Mary, my bride of 1 year now. And I said to her, would you like to drive me down to White Rock and pick up my spare keys? So Agnes Mary was kind and said, sure, she'd do that. So I took her, she took me down, and I invited her in. She wouldn't come in. I said, well, come on, see the place and everything. And so reluctantly she came in, and I got my keys, and so I got to take you to dinner now, you know, that, for being so kind. So I did that, and so I took her home after that, and I got, learned where she lived, and we got to know each other a little more, you know, and ultimately it developed into romance and marriage. So
well, and I think we have a couple of pictures of that.
Okay.
Let's see, there she is. That was on the wedding day just over a year ago.
Yeah.
And congratulations. And there you are with the cake. And boy, you have a couple of big smiles on faces there, Bob.
Oh yeah, we had a great wedding. It was a happy wedding. Everybody said that. That was, if one word were to describe it, would be happy. The whole church attended. I don't know how many hundred people were there, and it was wonderful.
Wow.
She has a big family as well, so they were all there. And she got big strapping sons, so I have to be good to her. Well, or they'll take me up behind the woodshed, those guys.
Well, congratulations, Bob. But that's tremendous to hear. You're 85 years young now, and still have lots of fire inside, as the book says.
Thanks,
Snow on the
Ron.
roof, fire inside.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the book as well.
Thank you, Ron.
And God has done some amazing things in your life. You could write many more volumes, I'm sure. But there's always hope for someone, whether they've just lost a loved one and they're just searching. God has a way of bringing restoration and healing and purpose and meaning, no matter what stage in life.
You are absolutely right. I can testify that God will bless. He is so good. He's blessed my life.